Test. Hello, everybody. All right, sweet. I hadn't actually sent stream announcements out yet, so I'm going to do that right now. My internet was bad yesterday, right? And so then I was freaked out that it was something that was going to affect this stream today, but it seemed like my internet was fine today, and indeed, Streamlabs for that first 5 minutes of this video thus far has suggests that I have 0 drop frames, so it should be fun. Okay, the game. We have Bad Chap, Toxic FTW, and Day Labor. I don't recognize Bad Chap or that. Day Labor I recognize from some Lumen streams. Day Labor does actually do Day Labor stuff. This guy's played a lot and is still 100. That's concerning. This guy's played quite a bit. Also not very good. Also rep is awful. Oh my god. This is way too many leave penalties. Way too many leave penalties. I'm likely going to ask to abandon this game. Because this is unacceptable. This is crazy. Look at all this karma loss. Like, you have 43 leave penalties? How do you have a 76% rep? Like, that's absolute nonsense. I mean, I guess the question is, when do they leave these games, right? Like, how far into them? How do you lose only 3 karma for a leave penalty, by the way? What the hell is this? 3 karma for a leave penalty? What? Just, what? I don't understand. Okay, I have to actually make picks here. We do see a cesspit, so that's probably it. Muddy Puddles looks cool, but cesspit's just very good. There are some Day Labor cards, but in a draft with Day Labor, am I ever going to wheel the combo? I think the answer is no. I'm not a big fan of Seducer, though, but Junior Artist is very good. Oh, and it is another... It's another Day Labor card. Alright, screw it. We're doing it. Anyhow, hey, Gonzo. This is the time the Day Labor combos hit Yahtzee? Yeah, I doubt it. I'm playing way too weak of players. They're going to draft it. It's going to burn. But when did this guy leave? 29% of the game was played, and he left. This time, 57%. Oh, Toxic FTW isn't even here, and we're gonna kick him out right away. Excellent. Well, that's great because yeah, I'm red thumbing Toxic FTW, never playing with him. Hope I'm gonna be able to play it out. I mean, I hope I can leave the game. To be honest, I really would just like to queue up a new game when I see a profile that looks that awful. Yeah, when I see a profile that's that awful. Like, that's absurd. People should not be allowed to play the game with apt name. I mean, yeah, it is an apt name, but that's just ludicrous to me that they're even allowed. Like, how do you have that many leave penalties and you still manage to have that high of a rep? I mean, now their rep just plummeted again. But how? How? I don't understand. They actually play decently when they play, apparently. Oh, and I see they just play a bunch of chess games to get their rep back up. This is the lamest shit. Yeah, they just resign. Like, I'm guessing all of these chess games they just resign after like 2 minutes. Like, look at this. This is clearly an absolute abuse of the system. This is where BGA absolutely needs to get better. Yeah, fast chess game duration, 0 minute, just to boost rep, just rep boosting games. Yeah, this guy's absolutely learned how to utterly abuse the system. Are the penalties higher for Arena? I don't know. You just joined, but only 9 minutes in, so at least I did not sit an hour before they left. Well, yeah, correct. I mean, look, as soon as I noticed... Like, I would recommend other people red thumb him because he clearly abuses the system. He's going to absolutely just spam some chess games to get back in the arena queue soon. So if you, this is actually one of the few players I would recommend people just straight up avoid. All right, we have the same group except we replaced. We replaced, so that's good. That's very good. We got a pretty quick game. The seating order is even better for us. Now the weak player is in front of us instead of Day Laborer. We're third seat. That part's a little worse, but whatever. This guy's played a ton and is a 123. This guy's played a ton and is 100. I have two very weak players in front of me. That's promising. I see a wood slide hammer. I see a carpenter's parlor. I see a wreck carpenter's parlor. Like, there's some big house stuff. I like full farmer quite a bit. Game catcher for a big house strat looks good. I mean, this just has to be carpenter's parlor still, I think. I mean, wood slide's so good, but anyhow, yeah. So we take carpenter's parlor, and then what do we take here though? Maybe it's Wreck Carpenter. Is Wreck Carpenter good enough with Carpenter's Parlor? I want to build a bunch of rooms. Can we do some memes? I mean, arguably yes, but to be completely honest, Sid, I could use just an easy win. I'd like to be convinced that I'm still good at Agricola, whereas currently my games have been rough lately. You like the Master Bricklayer, not thrilled with Wreck Carpenter when I can build so many at a go. All right, sure. That's not that memey to me. I agree that Wreck Carpenter seems kind of unnecessary when we can build so many rooms at a time, and blocking build is often a good way to guarantee grows anyhow in certain game situations. So sure, I'm willing to at least do that. Hard to pass on full farmer. Yeah, it is hard to pass on full farmer, but full farmer, well, maybe I do just take full farmer. Maybe I still just take full farmer. I mean, the problem with full farmer is, do I actually get enough animals this game? You think Wreck is still great with car partner? See, I also think it's still fine, but I don't know if it's great. I'm not convinced full farmer is going to work very good. All right, I'm going to go back to my original thought. Gray has supported it, whatever. Is it better than others? Oh my god, we get a furnisher. Oh my god, we get a furnisher. The beer tap is not very good. I'm taking the milk jug. I'm a milk jug fan. It gives me an easy answer to a bunch of food. Carpenter's Parlor furnisher is great. We don't necessarily need the Wreck Carpenter. If we should have kept what Sid said. Does furnisher and Wreck Carp work? Each time after I build at least one new room. Yeah, I mean, it's not based on the space. Hard pass on informant. I mean, informant's cool, but furnisher with carpenter's parlor? I mean, especially if I actually get the stupid bricklayer back. But yeah, exactly. Rip bricklayer furnisher. But, like, I might get master bricklayer back anyhow, too. It's better to build one room at a time? Who needs Pastor's Fields? I'm not going to have 12 wood rooms. The reed's going to be an issue. But you agree furnisher's the pick. It's just funny I didn't even mention informant. Oh, yeah, that's fine. It's easier to build the imps when they come in slow. Yeah, that part's true. And again, furnisher is like often best used to get some majors anyhow. Furnisher is going to help me hopefully get a hearth. Maybe I can get lots of RSF, get a well, something, but we'll see. Now when that reed-headed toad slides back, that would be great. Clay supports makes Wreck Carpenter bad. But do you want to build first and then build again? Yeah, I wouldn't be sad. Wow, Cow Prince. Sure, I'll take a third pick Cow Prince. I said I was playing with dubious players. So it's finally happening, team. Dubious players. Farm building with the furnisher is mildly funny, but with Carpenter's Parlor, I do. Gotcha. I also don't hate chicken coop for food, but it's hard to get all the reed here, probably. I mean, it's hard to get the reed for this, too. This is pretty nonsense. I don't like the food tempo of Private Forest here. I mildly like Game Trade to help us get extra cows, but with Milk Jug, I already want to take single cow, and now I want single cow with Cow Prince. Cow Prince is a little hard with Carpenter's Parlor, because how many spaces can I actually put cows on? But even if this is 2 or 3 points, it's still pretty sweet. I don't love these miners. I kind of want to make farm building a thing, but it's just not a thing. I kind of want to make chicken coop just give me food, but gosh, would I need a lot of reed. Conference is fine. I could just ignore other animals. Yeah, I mean, that part's true. Build stables, hold cows, fence late. Yeah, that's. I mean, the stables may or may not happen. The tough part about stables is with Rec Carpenter. If I actually use Rec Carpenter, which I'm not sure I will be, I don't need it much. I think I am gonna take chicken coop. I'm gonna claim I can maybe generate the extra reed. I think the trickles of food are still nice. It's also a lot of these miners just underwhelm me. Like, I guess I could take 3 field rotation, but I don't even know when I'm gonna have 3 ox necessarily. We're hoping that this is the sort of game where we have weak players in front of us that just feed us a ton of early RSFs, and then everything is absolutely dandy anyhow. We're still hoping for the Master Bricklayer to come back, because Master Bricklayer Furnisher is just dumb. Holy smokes. There are still good cards. Oh, and a baseboards. Ooh, and a granary. So, granary, well, and a scullery. Scullery is a little tricky to figure out when it gets played. Baseboards is tons of wood. That 100 elo opponent life, yeah, I mean, this is getting nutty. I mean, Pavier here is pretty sweet, assuming I can have a stone, but Stockman seems nuts. Yeah, I agree. Stockman is potentially nuts. It's just, do I actually have enough wood to build the stables? But admittedly, baseboards helps answer where the wood comes from. Granary is slightly cute here just because I don't have a grain source. And so this is quite a few points, but I don't really plan to plow much. There's not a lot of reasons for me to be plowing yet. I don't have crops. Cowprint says I kind of want to fence big anyhow. Baseboards are just so much wood. You think it's a clear Pavier? Disagree with Stockman. I think Stockman's fine. Stockman is bad if I wreck Carpenter. So I think I agree with you guys that I would Pavier. But I agree with Sid that I don't think the Stockman is that crazy here. I think there's a lot of ways Stockman goes well. But I agree the Pavier looks real good. I mean, there's a slight issue if we actually don't get easy access to RSFs. But Full Farmer came back. Greening Plant came back. Oh, but Clubhouse came back. I think Clubhouse is probably the easy pick here, giving me more food and stone and points. Alternatively, Agrarian Fences for a free miner. Oh, the Master Bricklayer. Yeah, the Master Bricklayer got taken instead of other things. Full Farmer's at slight odds with Cowprints. But I think it still has to be the pick. There's no support for Nutritioning. I don't want to try to make Fisherman's Friend work. I'd rather have another kind of late game lock. Greening Plan is not going to work with this hand. I'm never plowing enough. Claw Knife is probably never happening. So this is Agrarian Fences or Clubhouse. The upside to Clubhouse is that it actually does some things. Agrarian Fences probably does nothing. But Agrarian Fences is at least a free card I can play. I have so many improvement actions between grows, potential start players. I'm going to take the Clubhouse anyhow, though. I think Clubhouse is just quite good. Anyhow, not that crazy, but the Pavier was the clear pick to you. I think that's fair. Pavier is pretty insane here. Even the veggie from Pavier looks pretty insane here because, again, I don't really need crops to sow. So just saving me an action on gathering a veggie is pretty nice. Here we just get a beating rod in order to help us get reed if we get reed stuffed, or helps us get a cow for cow prints. That's fantastic. Small animal breeder, I'm not a big fan of. I think it's going to be hard to work here. Housemaster could be fun bonus points, but why do we need a free card that does nothing? Clubhouse was the only non-blank card. I mean, I'm not sure it does nothing, but that's fair. This seems like an easy conjure. I think it is an easy conjure. I think conjure actually can get played here. If we wind up getting a million actions, it's totally fine to generate some grain along with a little bit of food. I'm not totally sure conjure gets played, but the bonus points here on Housemasters seem hard, especially with some Yahoo probably doing Master Bricklayer things. Yeah, conjure after we get to 4. Yeah, I agree. That seems good. Private Forest has come back. There are scenarios where I have enough food for Private Forest in the mid game, whereas Facades Carving is so hard to work. It is bonus points, admittedly. Wood in my supply greater than or equal to the current round. I need another 2 clip. This is so many. This is a lot of extra read costs on my miners. Up to the number of completed harvest only. Facades carving's too weak. Let's grab a little extra wood. The Moral Crusader is pretty good with chicken coop. You'd have taken the Housemaster? Yeah, that's fair. I probably don't need this, but Moral Crusader chicken coop is like very reasonable. Such a disrespect by the table to a combo here. I mean, there's a lot of disrespect in this draft. I got a third pick Cow Prince. Let's just say there's a lot of disrespect going on. Yes, feed me RSF. Play a bunch of Ox early. I mean, weak players tend to play Ox too much, so please play too many Ox. Feed me RSFs. I guess I want Pavior kind of early, and I want Furnisher. I guess I also have Ox. I want Pavior, Furnisher, and Wreck Carpenter potentially. Ugh. Moral Crusader Private Forest is such a good opening. Oh, Moral Crusader Private Forest is. Oh, duh. That is very reasonable. If I take a Master Bricklayer, this could be a 7th. Yeah. Even a 4th pick Pavior, geez. Yeah. I mean, this has been nuts. Water Worker gets played. Love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. Add Reed to the game. Who's going to be able to use the Reed the best? The guy whose rooms basically just cost Reed. Oh, fantastic. Absolutely delightful. We get the RSF in round 1 that we want. I totally forgot that Private Forest. Moral Crusader is a combo, Zach. Now that you say that, gosh, maybe I do just play the Private Forest. I probably can just Private Forest into RSF, and get away with it this game. I'm not sure I have a better. Well, if I get 2 wood here, I'll probably take 2 wood. But I might if I don't. Maybe Star Player is just best. Star Player gives me great actions next round. Moral Crusader Private Forest was actually the ideal start. Yeah, that's fair. That would have been sweet. Private Forest needs an Ock. Duh, I can't start player Private Forest. I'm too used to old version. Well, dang, I would have loved that. Yeah, I can't start Private Forest and revise. Good call. Given that I can't, I think I just take 2 clay here. Major minor already flipped. Long term, I'm not gonna hate having that. As 2 clay could also just turn into chicken coop or something. Yeah, I don't think this turns into anything else. You think SP1 read is good? I think that's fine. You think so too? Okay. Well, I didn't do it, so. You guys are probably right though. Just SP the beating rod. But I didn't do it. Reed had a toad gets played. Flood the game with Reed. It's all good. I probably don't need to convert Reed into cows. Probably can get enough cows. That's fair. If the beating rod comes all the way around, it's great. That's true too. Day Labor are start players for RSF. That's fine by me. I, at this point, am pretty happy playing Pavior and then taking 2 wood. I think it's Pavior. Yeah, probably Pavior into 2 wood if I'm allowed. Might not be allowed. 2 clay is meh. I really want 4. I agree with that. Soil Scientist Clay Puncher. Alright, sure. 3 wood goes. That's fine. I just want to get this Pavior out of the way, I think. Start getting that food flowing in. Day Labor takes more Reed as expected. I plan to take 2 wood. If I get totally blocked from 2 wood, I guess I play Private Forest, but I'm not totally getting blocked. So I think I'm just playing Private Forest and not caring about being last. Pavior SP better still. Play Moral Crusader in 3. You guys still like just dropping the Private Forest? I do SP into 4 wood. And then Moral Crusader, and then have to take more food later. Or maybe not have to take more food. Okay, if I play Private Forest, I have 1 food. I'm getting 2 food from Pavior. No, I'd still have to take food. You would SP into RSF and hope to wheel lock. I do need another RSF, that's true. I don't need the 4 wood. I actually almost certainly get Ock back. The RSF is very important because I need the extra stone. Okay, yeah, let's take this back. 4 wood is crap compared to RSF. Yeah. And I'm gonna add a bunch of wood into the game via this card, so this is fine. This is fine. Late sheep, so all this extra food that I have is pretty sweet. All these cards that generate food alternatively. Wow, I might not get Ock back though. That's a little sad. Informant, that's why we had to start player for RSF. Duh, I passed the informant. I should have realized that that's what that was about. Should have realized that's what that was about. Wow, I do get Ock blocked. Dang, that sucks. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but that does suck. I have a lot of cards to play. Oh my, we're gonna lumber Virtuoso apparently. Yeah, this is just take 3 wood here. We want to get our room parts ready. 3 wood for the room's fine. Yeah, I agree. 3 wood's still a good action. It's fine. Haven't seen Virtuoso played very often. I mean, we're gonna see some weird stuff in this game, presumably still. I mean, it looks like Red's probably doing some grain plan at some point here. I don't really know. They're taking more clay after playing Clay Puncher, Soil Scientist, but you think it's a bad card? Oh, it's a bad card, yeah. I don't think there's any doubt. I don't think there's any question. Red probably has the sleeping corner. That's probably true. Oh my god, if Red sets up an early sleeping corner to supercharge the growth queue, oh please. Let's turbocharge the growth queue by all means. Fishing gets taken, I stay start player. It's fine. Room queue, I'm not really in the room queue at the moment, so that part's a little sad. But I also have so many things to still be playing. I think this is just take RSF and then play Mortal Crusader, to be honest, and just continue to get insane amounts of food going. Given that we already have a lumber virtuoso that can build, and given that day labor can already build, and that I want furniture before I build plus car parlor, god, I have a lot to do, but this is fine. RSF into Crusader looks great. I think it's pretty good. There's a lot to do here for me. That's the only like slightly problematic thing. Like, I kind of have a lot to get down. I want to get Mortal Crusader down. I want to get car parlor down. I want to get furniture down, and I want to build. Which is a lot of... it's a lot. But the upshot is Pavior Private Forest Moral Crusader is like a lot of future things. Like just so many rewards. Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's kind of what I'm saying right now. I agree. If I'm a little behind in growth, it shouldn't matter too much when I'm generating 2 food and half a wood every round. Plus furniture is going to do insane things for me. Nobody's even taking a fireplace. Like, this 2 clay might furnish me a fireplace into like a hearth. Like, but yeah, we'll see. How does Red not starve here? Oh, that's a fascinating question. Good call, Sid. No idea. Red is apparently going to starve. Also, we might get left 6 wood because this... well, Teal could start player for 6 wood, but I might just be getting 6 wood because Red has to, like, yeah, day labor plus eat a grain. I don't even know. And Teal has lumber virtue also, so it's not taking 3 wood. I agree Teal should start player, but we're playing with very questionable opponents, Sid. So I think like Teal might just waterwork themselves a ton of reed or something. I don't know. Or they just build a hearth. Yeah, they might just be building hearth here and I get 6 wood. Admittedly, I don't really want 6 wood. Like, that's not really my action that was prioritized. I still would like to be prioritizing furniture and a bit more reed. There's going to be 3 reed, though, too. Like, 3 reed seems better than 6 wood. It's possible. That's the sad thing. Like, 3 reed and play furniture might be better. Um, oh boy. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Well, it partly depends on what flips, probably, I guess. But the 3 read locks red out of building for a bit. Yeah, that part's true. It locks a lot of players out of building for a while, actually. You think if I take 6 wood, I just build my first turn without carpenters and furnish carpenters? That's, yeah, actually kind of an interesting line. You think furnish carpenters should be the idea? I think that's fair. Okay. If we're furnishing carpenters, then we almost certainly should be taking 6 wood and hoping for 3 read on the wheel. It's super close. I think I'm also taking 6 wood here. I think 6 wood's just too much value. And then I think I'm playing furnisher or taking 3 read. Like, we'll see what we get left. Teal and Day Labor have to start playering anyhow. Like, Day Labor might be squatting for first growth, so I might be like growing nearly last anyhow. But that's fine then. We'll just take the value off the board here as we're able to. We're gonna get to do crazy furnishing actions. Day Labor does decide to squat, so that's a little sad for us, but hopefully they have crappy miners and won't really be getting that good of actions. Red does snap the 3 read, which is pretty expected. So I can play Furnisher here, or I could RSF again. It's probably correct to play Furnisher. As stated, I can build a room and furnish the carpenter's parlor, and that's really not that bad. You think Furnisher, take RSF, and then Rec Carpenter next round? Yeah, I forgot I still have that Rec Carpenter too. Just be hyper efficient. Okay. I like getting the furniture out of the way anyhow. I need to do this, so. God, if this hand had a Storks, actually, this is looking pretty good for Storks, but we don't, so. Seasonal Worker, first pick Seasonal Worker for Day Labor, being true to form. I don't remember passing any other Day Labor cards in this draft, though. Red is renovating and then still can build a clay room, so that's a little gross. But that's how it goes sometimes. Pitchfork, okay. Pitchfork is not very good at all. They almost certainly have a sleeping corner that they've not set up at all correct, but Storks would be gross, yeah. RSF for Teal, it makes enough sense. Looks like there's going to be 6 clay next round, but I don't really have time for it. Growth does flip. I think ultimately that's good. I think that's better for me than it being anything else. Wildlife Reserve from Day Labor, so he can't build another room, is dubious in my opinion. Looks very difficult for Red to feed. Yeah, Red's not set up food. I get an SP chicken coop next round. That'd be cool. Hopefully Red builds here, so Teal has to SP, giving me the 3rd growth. This looks 1. Furnish the well, round 8. That sounds pretty sweet, yeah. Red does build. Teal should start player. Okay, perfect. Yep. And then I just play Rec Carpenter right now here, actually. I play Rec Carpenter because I don't want to get Ock blocked. It's way too important to Rec Carpenter right now. Yeah, Rec Carpenter this move. Hope for RSF on the wheel, but honestly, the 6 clay is pretty tempting too. You would just RSF, Rec Carpenter, and Furnish well. Yeah, I think I agree with that, Gray. Delaying carpenters is fine. I agree. I completely agree with that. But the question is, can I RSF here into Rec Carpenter? Yep, I agree with all of chat. The question now is the ordering here. I mean I guess red's never playing an Ock here. You wouldn't risk the Rec Carpenter. Okay, I mean I can't necessarily furnish well at this round if I don't get RSF. If I don't wield it, yeah. You don't see how we get Ock blocked. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at though too. Like, if I RSF, I don't think I ever get Ock blocked. I might have to expensive Ock, but I don't think I care. I don't think there's any way Teal plays expensive Ock here and ignores Sheep. I'm gonna claim I don't get blocked, but you just feel like we're crushing. This risk is not worth it. That's conceivable. You're risk averse. I do think that's very reasonable. I just think looking at the board, it's like really unlikely. Like Day Labor is pretty hungry too. Like he might just Day Labor. Like I don't think he's gonna Ock, and he's not. He's plowing, which is unexpected. I don't know what that is. Like this table's so hungry. This table's just so hungry. Oh, pitchfork for red. Wow, that plow is actually huge for red. That pitchfork is actually amazing for them here. But yeah, okay, we do just get what we want. 3 food fishing plus a reed. Yeah, these players are just so hungry. I mean, the board is absolutely gross. Absolutely gross. But yeah. I will happily furnish the well, please. Please, just yeah, give me absolutely silly feeding. Plus the well. Yes, I accept. All right. I like having the only one with good food. The real question, I have to start player for growth. The 6 wood is hilarious again, but I probably get 4 wood on the wheel or 8 clay. God, look at this board. Actually, yeah, whatever. I'll start player and get something on the wheel. Do it yourself, manservant. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna play the chicken coop here too. I'm starting with the chicken coop because why not have even more automatic feeding? Yeah, I'm gonna throw a chicken coop down and have just an absolutely sick. I don't even know if I need this milk jug food to be honest, and I still have clubhouse food at some point. But this 8 clay is kind of nutty. I wish I could take it, but I think starting for growth is still too good here. I'd like the 8 clay, but I'll just take 4 more wood. 8 clay would be great. Yeah, I mean, the 8 clay doesn't happen. Just be done with clay. Yeah, I mean, it was really unlikely I was going to get 8 clay back. It's such a silly action. Although I'm not totally sure it makes sense for red, but whatever. Actually, his RSF might be better than 4 wood, by the way. I actually probably have taken RSF. Yeah, I agree, Gray. I just realized that because I get a room. Yeah, RSF buys me another room. I don't need 4 wood. Wood is just not really that contested for me, whereas more reed is excellent. Lets me build another room. This is, yeah. I get to grow next round, and then Rec Carpenter builds a room. Red might not prepare for it. Although Day Labor might be trying to build and start player. Although, maybe not, because how does he feed? How's Day Labor feeding? Whatever. Yeah, I like RSF too much here. The wood can come later. The amount of food I'm getting looks GG regardless because everybody else can't feed. I'm just going to get growth in 10. I really never want to SP the Carpenters. Yeah. I'm getting more food than everybody combined. Yes, I really am. The food is just incredible for me. I have yeah, this Pavier and Moral Crusader are giving me 2 food around, and now this well and chicken coop are basically giving me another 2 food around, so yeah. You think I won this game some time ago? 11, you think, but still winning? You think I get growth in 11? Yeah, that's possible. I'm not totally sure here, but we'll see. Honestly, I don't really think it matters when I get grow. I think I kind of agree with the rest of you. Like, also the 4 wood's not even getting taken because the table's so damn hungry. Like, I'm just gonna get like 5 wood next round, potentially. Maybe not. Maybe nah. I mean, I guess this opens 6 wood, 5 wood. It's actually kind of unfortunate that I didn't grow earlier this game because the food pressure. They're leaving such insane actions behind them. But I might, I guess, get 3 read. I don't know. We'll see. Day labor block. Oh wow, yeah, day labor can't take day labor because they're all so hungry. Oh my god. Day labor has to take 1 food fishing or decide if taking like just taking 4 food or something. Oh, hilarious. Yes. Yes. He should just take a beggar and grow. Easiest beg of your life. Yeah, I mean it's a super easy beg. He blocked his own 6 wood. Um I don't know. Yeah, I don't actually know what the plan was there, but totally agreed with you guys. Obvious beg situation. He does beg at least, so uh he should have built an SP. I mean, that's probably true, Zach. There's so much wood in the game, and he has informant. I think it's mildly defensible to argue he was supposed to take 4 wood and then 6 wood, though. But with this raw seasonal worker, he really just wants tons of actions. JFG, yeah, I mean he wants J. Now I get growth in 10. Well, I like the sound of that. All right, we get the carpenter's parlor down, and then if we were sitting around a table, we could hear audible groans. But sadly, no audible groans through this. But yeah, I'll take 3 read pretty happily. Wow, day labor's gonna take 3 read. I guess day labor's gonna build a lot of rooms. I don't know. Now he's thinking about it. Goes for the 3 read. Okay, it's fine. Me getting growth in 10 admittedly assumes that red's actually going to start player for growth, which I don't know if that's actually true. I like 4 clay a decent bit here. It opens up clubhouse and milk jug. I probably need to take 4 clay plus 4 clay this game, and then clubhouse and milk jug get played. I don't really need milk jug, but RSF for joinery. I mean, I'd like to get RSF on the wheel, but 4 clay also continues to make it slightly tricky for my opponents to feed, because they can't, like, build hearths. So I think 4 clay is pretty strong here, because I think it continues to make them feed really inefficient. I mean, this guy has a hearth, but, like, day labor, I think, is really struggling without the clay. We grow in 9 now? How do we grow in 9 now? I can't start player and use Rec Carpenter. The Rec Carpenter explicitly blocks me from starting. I don't get to build in rounds that I start. We do have something that allows us to build. We just automatically build at the end of this round with Rec Carpenter, if I don't start player. We're hoping red doesn't start. We're hoping red doesn't start, and then we just get to grow again. But yeah, I think red's likely to miss that interaction, which has been part of the plan here, is to, yeah, hopefully just... What am I furnishing, by the way? I kind of forgot about what we furnish. I guess I furnish clubhouse. Yeah, I might be furnishing clubhouse. And then growing with milk jug. Yeah, I suppose that's good enough. Yeah, red's not starting, so clubhouse, play jug on growth. Yeah, I think that's what we're doing. I don't want to pass the baseboards just yet, but you thought that's why we took the clay? It is. Just beating rods so I can RSF another room ASAP. That's actually a great call, Sid. It might be better to grow with the beating rod. Well, I could probably get another RS. It looks like I'm getting RSF here. Yeah, I am. Or, oh, I don't have another action. Whoops. I didn't grow yet. I thought I was going to RSF right now. Whoops. You know, I'm growing to 4, though. I don't care. Milk Jug seems less essential given my food. Yeah, I agree. I'm kind of wondering if Milk Jug is actually helping opponents more than it helps me. Oh, wow. Day Labor is building here. I mean, I guess. But Day Labor not building and starting this round is wild because I'm just getting growth. Does Day Labor not remember Rec Carpenter? Milk Jug might be actively bad. Yeah, I agree. I actually agree. Milk Jug is like... Milk Jug, yeah, yeah, it probably is better to my opponents than it is for me. So I like the idea of just beating Rod for a thing. I mean, I'll get the cows eventually. It doesn't really. The cows don't help me win, right? That's actually the real answer. All right. Well, growing again. Look, is so. This is such freelo. It is. It is such freelo. Now, to be fair, I have not had freelo recently. It's been so bad. You wonder if the 2 wood was better to spend than the clay. Possible. The clay pressure is probably gonna look really ugly in a second, and I have tons of wood, so I think that's conceivable. But um, it's also fine. But yeah. Anyhow, I have not had freelo games lately, so I'm pretty happy with this. Why didn't we fireplace there? Our food is so our food's so good. We don't need a fireplace. 2 clay for a fireplace is just unnecessary. I could full farmer. That'd be sweet. I get full farmer for the 5th. I see. I still need exactly 4 clay. Yeah, Gray's. That's an interesting thing. I could have paid wood for the clubhouse on furniture, and then I could just play full farmer to get the 5th clay for Reno. But oh well. No milk jug then. I think milk jug is pretty much not happening. Right. I've played a clubhouse. I have look like Moral Crusader is working till the end of the game. Pavior is working basically to the end of the game. So I have 5 food on the next 2 rounds, and then 4 food, then 3 food. Like I guess maybe I run out because my family's gonna be too big. I don't know. But technically, I don't know if we have no reason for jug, right? It's possible I need a little bit of food because I'm paying 2 food for baseboards. I'm paying a little bit of food for more ox eventually, and I'm gonna have a huge family. So maybe the milk jug matters at some point, to be honest. But I mean, this game is I broadly agree this game's won. I mean, teal at least has food now. But like this game looks just so won because day labor can't feed efficiently, red can't feed efficiently, and so like I'll just beat them. We have a start player beer tap. At least that's some food answer, but yikes. Furnish the joinery next and declare food victory. You think Jug's okay? Maybe just better to conjure a last bit of food. Yeah, I mean the conjure at this point we do have such crazy action advantage. Looks very much like the conjure should be coming. I'd love to fence soon, so the baseboards. I do think I'm RSFing here so I can build my room and furnish the baseboards. That'll allow me to fence very soon. Um, and it just gets my grows out of the way. The 4 clay, though, wait a sec. Do we continue clay bullying the table? Maybe it is clay bully the table. Does the table care that much about clay? I mean, it's really nice for my own Reno tempo. I eventually want a 4 clay action. And red is doing weird soil scientist things? Yeah, screw it. I don't actually need the RSF that bad at the moment. I can take 2 reed later. I can maybe get RSF on the wheel. Yeah, I think the clay tempo is good here. I think just having this ready. We're not going to grow for a while anyhow. Yeah, exactly. Day labor takes an RSF for a BMW? No, it takes 2 pigs. Okay, that's fine. I would like RSF here. RSF and then... Oh, I don't have another action. Perfect. Just RSF here is good then. I was going to say plow is okay. I probably want to go for a couple plows, especially if I'm going to conjure, because a late plow sow would be sweet. But again, on some level, none of it really matters. But I do get RSF here, so fantastic. A 3 wood granary is a little sad. Teal might be building a room here, which seems dubious to me if they do, but... do I want to furnish a major? I mean, kind of, but I would run out of stone. I think I'm just furnishing baseboards. We want 4 to 5 fields here just for... Did I consider the 2 clay 1 stone instead of the 4 clay? I thought briefly about it, HIKLJ, but I think this is more funny. Red sneaks they're feeding in mostly. Yeah, they're all feeding. We are gonna build a room. Bloop. Get that out of the way. We now can renovate. I am just going to get the baseboards now. Give me 6 wood, please. You know, let me fence real soon. Being able to play baseboards there for 6 wood is just dumb. I mean, it's flooding the game with wood now, but I already have the most family members, and I'm going to be like the first defense. Why not pottery or joinery? It does turn off pavier, but that's not a big deal. But I think I just want baseboards played way too badly, Zach. Now, you can argue I should be trying to start player baseboards, but I was worried Teal was also going to build a room, which they did. So, like, I'm super behind on growth. Um, I think I like just being ready to fence really freaking soon. I think defense tempo is great. Now, again, should I be worried about fence tempo? I don't know. But I am. So, I'd love to fence this round, I think. Also, on some level, do I need ceiling from pottery or joinery to win? You just fence twice? I agree fencing twice is fine. Joinery on Reno at some point seems fine. What's the urgency? I mean, somebody else could take the joinery. But again, like, I guess the question is, how do I lose this game? How do I lose this game feels like somehow getting fence blocked. I mean, I don't think... basically, I just don't think the joinery or pottery matters in terms of winning. Also, look at the animal stacks. Like, fencing this round is incredibly good. In fact, I maybe should arguably just fence 11 right now, but at this point, do not worry about me losing this game. You worry about maxing the score. I mean, fair enough. I feel like... I mean, I'm probably going to try to greed taking a wood stack into fencing, because then I don't have to fence multiple times. Yeah, I'm gonna greed it, but I could get punished here. Like, day labor fencing 7 is conceivable, and the animals are so good, but I'm gonna greed taking wood into fences is the goal here. You think the guild is the rest of our endgame food? I think our food is just stupid. Our food is so stupid. I might be playing Conjure and using Conjure yet this round, because I am 4-seat here, and so, like, the actions get bad. Oh my god, Teal is starting to grow. Oh, hilarious. And we do get 4 wood? Yeah, I mean, okay. Yes, please. I mean, I'm assuming I get fence blocked. But maybe I don't. That's not fences. Okay, maybe I don't get fence blocked. Locking down our farming this phase while everybody else struggles feels super good. Yeah, I mean, like, it looks like I'm going to get to open 2 cows. I mean, I don't know. Red would have to fence here, which they're not. Oh, yeah, because Red's setting up their sleeping corner. Oh, my god, team. This is Red setting up their sleeping corner. Because Red still hasn't grown. And we do get to fence fully. This is good. These guys have to be trolling. No, I mean, they're just bad HIKLJ. Like, they're just bad. They're just not rated well, and that happens. Is Teal going to take the sheep stack? Probably, but we can dream that we get sheep here also. Okay, the question is I'm trying to get 4 fields, or am I just leaving myself a huge cow prince area? Fencing 8 has to be correct. Okay, that was my instinct also. I'd be pretty shocked if I should be going for more than 2 fields. I just don't have that many crops to put in them, and I think I probably can just get a stupid cow prince. So we'll do this. Nutrition expert for day laborer. Okay, I mean, he does not have enough crops for this, but it feeds him. Teal takes that. Oh well. The only thing that makes it close would be if cows flipped late. Yeah, but they didn't, so. You think we're getting a stupid full farmer as well? But this is maybe... Oh, we could have gone for a crazy full farmer. That's true, Zach. That's a good point. Okay. I can't play Conjure here. So this might be take 2 stone. I still get a 2-point full farmer this way. Yeah. I don't really want to leave 6 wood, and I'd like to think about joinery or stables, because, I mean, our game is, like, done already. So, 3 wood plus this, open 2 cows. Teal has to respect the growth queue, so presumably doesn't take 2 cows. 2 stone, 2 clay is very good because it just buys me a pottery. Yeah. I have back-to-back actions. Okay, yeah, let's take both of these. Let's just take resources at this point then. It is late stone, double late stone. So actually, yeah, the stone pressure is pretty high here. Wherever that master bricklayer is makes me slightly sad, but back to back to back. Oh, was that back? I don't have a 5th family member, right? I don't actually have 5 actions. But Teal should probably open 2 cows, but you don't think they do. I agree that Teal probably is actually supposed to take the cows, but I agree that Teal's gonna just grow. Yeah. But yeah, give me these cows. All right, we have an absolutely insane cow prince now. If I get the 2 pigs on the wheel, obviously we're gonna snap that off. And then I'll think about 3 Reed and Reno. Red is playing the sleeping corner and growing, so we're just gonna get to grow next round. That looks good. We have a chill 14 food here. Oh, Red's not playing sleeping corner. Not gonna sleeping corner into grow because they can't feed. Yeah, it looks like Red can't feed actually if they do that. So Red's really screwed themselves this game, but this happens. Yep, we're just gonna pitchfork. Just gonna pitchfork and not ever grow. Oh, Red, I'm sorry. They have the veggie card though. Oh wait, they could feed. Oh, never mind. Good calls, Zach. They actually could have fed. Well, that sucks for them. All right, I'd be very happy with 3 Reed here into probably Reno Pottery. I mean, nobody's really been taking the clay. Or Reno Joinery, I guess. I probably should Reno Joinery, right? The Joinery still is... There's a baseboards. I mean, my opponents need quite a bit of wood. I don't really know what's better. But playing Sleeping Corner when you haven't grown yet, and grow might flip, is really sad. Admittedly, they maybe get to double grow next round at least. Teal's just taking lots of 3 wood. That's fine. I think 3 Reed is better than RSF. There is still a BMW floating around. I don't know. You think I want stables for points and capacities? I think you're right. I think I should go for pottery and BMWs. Yeah, you guys all think the stables are good. Yeah, I think that's correct. So I'll take this. And yeah, we'll take a pottery. There's gonna be a bunch of clay. I mean, again, this is just Super 1, though. I'm essentially fed for the rest of the game. I'm gonna be in a 5-room clay house, max my fences. I have a cow prince coming. Like, continuing to dunk on the clay. You're unsure about the 3 Reed since I want so much stone, and I want to keep taking RSFs. I mean, that's an argument that I should be getting BMW, I guess, then. But that's fair. You think I think I should just be taking RSFs instead of 3 Reed. Okay, actually, that's actually incredibly reasonable, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's a mistake. I should have just gone for RSFs and then still maybe got a BMW later. I messed that up. I am getting 6 clay next round, presumably. I do need to actually prioritize getting plows, I guess. I should really actually make sure I don't get plow blocked. I should try for 2 plows, and there's only 2 rounds, or 3 rounds left to get them. Yeah, I probably actually need to open plow. I don't need 6 clay. It's fun to think about more clay, but I don't really need it. I guess I don't really need plows either to win, though. All my homies hate plows. Yeah, I mean, admittedly, I don't need plows to win. Oh my god, Teal is throwing away more wood to a room. We're getting blocked on growth further, everybody. Teal had to go for another room. Actually, also, now that I think about this, to be clear, is this the game where we passed a wood slide hammer in the opening pack? Yeah. Did Teal possibly get the wood slide though? Purple didn't take the wood slide hammer? Also, who has the master bricklayer? Who's been doing this to me? I want answers. Anyhow, hey Sivir. I finally have my freeload game I've been complaining about. The table has failed to do anything efficiently, and they've gifted me a million things. I had a first pick Carpenter's Parlor. I have this here Cow Prince third pick. It's pretty good. Teal has the Master Builder and the Wood Slide. He's ramping up. It could be. Could be that's what's happening. God, you gotta love all that food thrown our way. All right. Anyhow, nutrition expert, cute. That's fine. I would like to plow here, plow or plow so here. I'd like 6 clay. I would accept 4 clay. I would take more wood and then build some stables. Did I pass a Stewer a loam pit or something with the wood slide hammer? I did not. Honestly, carping a 6 room to build the major wasn't terrible rather than reno. That's fair. Plow the 2 holes in my farmyard. I do plan to plow the holes in my farmyard. That's the goal. Maybe even get some crops. I mean, I have a veggie coming from Pavier, but I do need to take grain at some point, and red's making it hard to get grain, although there's still possible conjurer things. But first action day laborer. Oh my god. Are we that desperate? Okay, now we're gonna take the 4 wood first. Day labor. Who has the wood slide hammer? I forgot wood slide hammer, but yeah, the clay is under no pressure apparently. It's delightful. Not taking the grain seeds for 3 food. Red's not, because red needs to finally grow. Red still hasn't grown. You gotta let them grow. Yeah, you gotta let them grow, buddy. Come on. I do get to finally grow to my 5th person next round, but again, I had action advantage and so much efficiency. We do just get 6 clay here. I think I do just take the 6 clay. I don't really know if it hurts anybody at this point, because nobody seems to care about it, and the 3 wood... Maybe the 3 wood matters more. The 3 wood does let me get my 3 stables in. Actually, 3 wood plus full farmer lets me build 4 stables. Yeah, 4 stables with the 3 wood, because I have full farmer. Yeah, never mind. Let's just get this out of the way. Why not conjure and take 2 times trading post? Traveling? Oh, wait. I have an extra wood coming in, too. Oh, wait a sec. Yeah, I do have a wood on round 14, but do I want to delay the stables till round 14? The second grain does nothing, because I've never sown... yeah, I can't. Unless I sow multiple grain. Yeah, okay, never mind. I'm back to I'm on to this. I'm gonna just get the stables done. Oh, there's also 2 sheep I should be taking. I should also really be taking 2 sheep this round. Have to build the stables because we need them for breeding. Yeah, that's also it. They're called trading houses. Oh, I also need to take a cow at some point, right? 1 more cow is 2 points for me because it's my 6th cow. All right, yeah, I have tons of things to do. I have plenty of things to do. So yeah, 6 clay is good, 2 sheep is good, Ock full farmer is good. This does look super lovely. I'm gonna have exactly the right animals. I'm gonna have 6 cows chilling for a. I'm hoping to have 6 cows for the for a 6-point cow prince. I will get 2 points from the full farmer. The full farmer is gonna have 4 sheep, and then 4 pigs plus a pig in the house. I guess we'll do a lumin-esque hide our cow prince for just a second. Purple's gonna build. I thought so. I thought purple was gonna build. I feel like purple has the wood slide. Well, although purple can't have the wood slide, right? He had the opportunity to double build and he didn't. He had the chance to double build and he chose not to. Wow, he's gonna manually take a grain just to make this nutrition expert work. Oh my god, that's so sad. So sad. Animal dealer for teal. Oh my god. Okay, team. Literally neither of these players is taking clay, so I think clay is literally not pressured. I mean, he's taking a grain so that he can day labor a veg. He's gonna run nutrition again here. And then he's gonna open plow sow, I think, is the goal. I might just take a cow here. I don't know that I can easily get my cows otherwise. Am I gonna get stable blocked next round? That seems incredibly improbable. Yeah, I'm gonna get this extra cow out of the way, and then we'll get our stables next round. Now we have to. Now the jig is up. Okay. Oh, I should also be taking a lot of stone to renovate. Oh no, they're gonna realize I have cow prints. Admittedly, 2 of them should know I have a cow prince. Also, to be fair, since they passed it to me. But yeah, 3 stone is really good next round. We only need 2 stone for our reno. Oh, because I have a stone coming from Clubhouse here. Oh my god, I forgot I had a stone getting delivered to me. Oh, Clubhouse, thanks. Thanks, pal. Okay, so this round I should be growing. I should be plowing. I should be playing full farmer. I should be stabling. I should be taking clay. I have a lot of good actions left, team, actually. Despite doing this to myself, there's a lot of useful things to be doing. I actually don't know if I can take everything I want this round. Which, I mean, boo-hoo, right? Like, it doesn't really matter. If I get plow here, I probably just need to take it. Well, God, I don't know. Whatever. Again, I'm winning this game in a million different ways. What actually matters for winning? On some level, maybe it's the stables and breeding, but I have offered plow here. Okay, I mean... Okay, do I actually need to renovate? I'd like to renovate, but it's really not that important. Alright, I'm going to take this plow. You have to go? Nice win? Yeah, thanks. I'll just get this plow out of the way. It's a 3-point plow. It's good for everybody else. It continues to make everybody else's scores suck. I mean, again, like... You think we're 3 food short, so the egg clay might be like 4 victory points? Yeah, I'm gonna get the clay eventually, but probably clay was more pressured. Clay doesn't seem pressured at all. Nobody's taking clay despite it being huge stacks, right? We already saw an 8 clay stack earlier this game, and last round nobody took 6 clay. And full farmer gives me another clay to eat, exactly. I play full farmer and I already have the clay I need to eat, so I'm just taking clay as a 3 victory point move next round is the goal. Oh, we do get stable blocked. Red's gonna build a room and grow. Oh, that's so oh, okay, you can't predict that. That sucks. That sucks. Okay, well, that kind of slightly kills full farmer. We can't breed everything now. That costs us a lot of points. Red, you can grow without building a room, though. You can grow without building a room. It works. They did open read. I should have realized what it meant. I should have realized what it meant. I should have seen that coming. It only cost me 1 point. It cost me more than 1 point. It cost me quite a few points. How does it only cost me 1 point? Alright, I don't understand, but whatever. I'd just take 3 stone. I should renovate at the very least, right? Yeah. Let's renovate. Just cost me a bore point. It also costs me... full farmer point, right? I'm just not playing full farmer now, but it does cost me a full farmer point. Oh, wait, no, I could just not stable that pasture. Yeah, duh, just build the stables of the big pasture. It doesn't cost me the full farmer point. Yeah, because okay. All right, I would like to grow. I may as well renovate, though. Oh, I can't grow. Oh, my God, we got blocked on grow. Wait a sec. I've been talking about growing this round, but I can't grow because red also, duh. Red was gonna block me from growing. Oh, whatever. I don't need to grow. Um, I don't need full farmer immediately. Oh, wow. So the clay did get taken, by the way. Teal took clay finally. Let's just get this renovate. Let's actually get the renovation out of the way. Oh, there's literally no reno pressure at the moment. Okay, well, we do the reno next then. We full farmer and reno this round. That's what we're going to do. Full farmer and reno. RSF BMW. I don't think so. I need to play Cow Prince. I need to stable. I need to grow. So I only have one free action next round, and ideally it's take a grain. I don't actually think I have time for BMW. That means I'm also not taking a clay stack. Oh, well, I'm not taking a clay stack. Okay. It's a 2-point action that comes with the food. I mean, I don't need food. I mean, maybe that's fine. I don't think it's significant, though. I don't think it really matters. I mean, admittedly, I'm renoing Nada, I guess, but I don't think this sequence is particularly different. But maybe it is. Why are we playing full farmer over Cow Prince? That's a fair question. Because I'm too locked into chat and not optimizing what I'm doing at the moment because I'm chatting too much. Cow Prince is a secret. I mean, again, most of the table knows about Cow Prince, so. Yeah, admittedly, we're still going last at the moment, too, unless Teal start players for us. Which would be sweet if Teal star players. Also, why do these players want clay? Who has the wood slide hammer? I'm so confused about the late clay grabs. Everybody ignored clay forever, and then they finally decided it actually mattered. I guess I misread my opponent's intentions, but I thought we were gonna just build clay up for me. But again, I don't even have that many actions. I mean, on some level, I can't believe how many rooms got built this game after I revealed what I was doing. But I mean, this is part of the nonsense of playing with super weak players. Like, I don't know what was happening here, but oh well. You feel like Teal still has Wish, the wood slide hammer, and just forgot about it? And then they got distracted by a huge stack of clay because huge stack of clay? I mean, that could be the actual answer. That's definitely possible. It's very, very conceivable. Admittedly, I really should play Cow Prince next round, like first action, because getting blocked on Cow Prince is actually the worst, although getting blocked on stable is pretty bad now too. So being last here is not ideal, but again, none of it really matters. The main thing is this game probably could have / should have been like a 60-pointer, and instead I'm gonna score like 52 or something. So that part's, you know, a little sad, but in fairness, he can run Clay 114, which isn't too bad. I mean, it's not bad at all. Look, to be clear, I don't disagree that 8 clay is not a very reasonable action, and 5 clay looks pretty good for day labor. I'm just confused because these players have been taking crazy actions, in my opinion, and ignoring... We sat on 6 clay the entire round. Nobody took it? I mean, I guess there is a difference between 6 clay and 8 clay, but... And maybe we had bigger priorities. To be honest, I've not been paying attention to my opponents like at all. Day labor just begged again. Wait, what? Day labor begged again? Oh my god. It looks like I'm getting the easy win. I mean, I am. I'm getting the free low I wanted, Lumen. So, anyhow, the point is, I have admittedly been just kind of taking this game easy and chatting with chat a lot rather than min-maxing here. Which is my bad, but, yeah, you know, I haven't been paying attention. Looks like I'm 59. Oh, okay, so, I mean, 59 sounds good. Imagine getting distracted by chat. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Like, it's very easy, especially when you already feel like you have the game locked up, which, I mean, let's be clear, I have the game locked up, especially day labor just begged again. Like, I mean, my gosh. But, anyhow, it means that yes, I've slightly mismanaged the end game here, probably because I haven't been paying quite close enough attention to what my opponents were doing, and so I haven't really like snuck my actions quite right. It's possible I should have been taking some clay. Gray might be correct that I was supposed to snag a BMW. I maybe should have just grown last round, realizing red was about to block my grow. I mean, I definitely should have known red was about to block my grow. Does the extra action I could have bought myself actually matter in any which way? Nah. Again, maybe for a high score challenge, it certainly could, but also Day Labor can't even plow sow because he's blocked himself in. It looks like Day Labor is gonna try to like double Reno. I don't even know, but I love this delayed Reno pressure is fun. There's some late game fences that need to happen, but yeah, I pretty much just need to get Cow Prince played here, and I need stables. Um, Day Labor's food still sucks, by the way. He's been using Nutrition Expert and Beer Keg, but has no way to actually generate food. Red also has managed to like go this whole game with basically just a schnapps distiller. Like these guys' feeding plans have been crazy, which is part of why. I mean, my food is so good, but BMW was wrong. He forgot Pavier. Oh, well, excellent. Oh yeah, duh. I couldn't. I needed the stone. That's part of why I was not planning a major last round. Yeah, good call. Okay. Am I getting stable blocked? I mean, I shouldn't, but I could. Am I getting Ock blocked? Seems really unlikely. I mean, the Ock matters more than the stables, but the stables matter a lot too, so I'll build some stables. Do you think the stables are the same points as Cow Prince? Oh, actually, yeah, no, I think they are the same. That's a good point, Lumen. Or no, 1 point less. You're right. It's 4 points of stables plus it's 1 point of breeding sheep. Yeah, it was a 5 point move. But I think it is a 5 point move that more conceivably would have got blocked. Like, Day Labor has some random wood. Red could all of a sudden stable and then try to play a stockman in the wrong order or something. I just think looking at people's food situation and the ox they have and the ox that were in the draft, I can't really imagine what ox I was going to get blocked by. It's kind of wild that the food pressure is so high considering I injected something like 30. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I have like all the food injection is mostly what happened here. Although, I mean, there is other food injection a little bit. But these players, yeah, just fed super inefficiently for too long. And they pursued growth so hard too, right? This is a little bit what happens when everybody decides to pursue growth like a maniac and nobody really sets up farming and breeding animals and stuff. Like, that's how you're supposed to be scoring points. But weaker players screwing up stage one leads to inefficient feeding down the line. Yeah, I mean, that too. Like, there's a lot of that going on. Red really screwed up their early stuff and everything else. Not a single oven on the board despite all the early fields. Yeah, I mean, look, we're playing with weak players. Part of why weak players are often weak is because they just feed inefficiently. I mean, Red's just like done a whole masterclass in like how not to win Agricola this game, basically. But we just need 90 more cows for 1 more point. That's true. We almost can max this pasture for a full farmer, but sadly we're gonna come up just short. What a shame. We currently are perfectly fed by eating 1 clay. I'm gonna just take a grain here and then I'm gonna grow nada. But that looks pretty good. This is your favorite way to feed? Just casually get all the food from cards. No nasty animal cooking or baking. I agree, this is by far the most fun way to feed. I like just never worried about food all game after we got our early cards down. Which I do really respect the Private Forest Moral Crusader combo now. I didn't think about it in the draft, and there were so many good cards, admittedly. Like, I had to third pick the Cow Prince, but the fact that wheeled to me is pretty sweet, because, yeah, this This Private Forest Moral Crusader stuff's quite good. Pavier's always just good. Furniture's good. The Wreck Carpenter did work very well. When you want to build multiple rooms, Cow Prince is always dumb. I mean, our hand is just slightly too good, but the fact that it worked as well, and yeah, we got the trickles of food from the well, trickles from the coop, trickles from Clubhouse, trickles from Pavior, trickles from Moral Crusader, little bit from RSFs. We never had problems, and it's just hilarious. All right, 54. We're breeding 1, 2, 3 animal points, plus we get another full farmer point, plus we get another cow prince point. So Gray's math looks absolutely correct. We're still hitting 59. So I probably should have been able to hit a 60, if I played better, but whatever. Poor Conjure almost made it. Yeah, that's true. We played most of our hand, but we were talking about Conjure as a possible way after Clear was not good. Yeah. Moral Crusader with anything that puts a good on round 14 is nuts. Yeah. Viewers.shop, what a site. Indeed. It sounds pretty sweet, but sadly we're gonna ban them for that good advice. All right, so anyhow, this was my freelo game I've been waiting for. It turns out I can still play Agricola pretty well, especially if I get handed everything in the draft, and admittedly, I'm finally playing with low-rated opponents that actually play like low-rated opponents. I've been in way too many games against like 200 rateds that score 42 points and 180s. I mean, to be fair, this red is a literal 100 player, which they do look that way, but even teal kind of played more up to their rating here with they could have had a decent position in some ways, but really struggle. These extra rooms are ludicrous for teal, but Day Laborer is also usually better than this. Admittedly, this is crazy. 2 beggars because we failed our feeding so bad. I don't know what's happening, but is Drudgery Reef implemented? No, it's not. To be honest, red looks decent for 100 elo. I mean, I will say, in general, I think the weaker players on the site, on average, have been getting better. But yeah, you think it wasn't worth dev time with soldier guilds, etc. Yeah, that's fair. Drudgery Reeve is an absolute mess to probably program. So I think it's very reasonable to just not program it. All right. Well, anyhow, now we can finally stop complaining about being on such a down stretch of Agricola, and we can go back to grind it out type games where I actually have to think and stop making mistakes. But I'm appreciative to the Agricola gods for giving me some freelo today. Just a chill win by 23 points or something here. I also don't think I ever took a food act. I took 0 feeding actions this game, or what I would normally consider a feeding action, right? I took no bottom feeding. I took no animal stack with the intention of eating it. Literally just fed off of all of the RSFs and trickles of food from the cards. Very, very fun to use all these in this way. Last two, I mean. All right, well that's at least my first good game in a while. The Wreck Carpenter might have been worth it too, just for the fact that Red seems to have forgot I could do it. I think Red thought they were just going to grow and then never started to handle it. But the Elo Harvest was bountiful today. I mean, to be honest, the Elo Harvest is actually probably super weak. Yeah, I gained almost no Elo because the opponents are too low rated. They're almost literally hundreds. So the opponent rating is too low to actually harvest Elo, but that's totally fine. It's okay. I wasn't expecting to get my Elo back for this table. I was expecting to just get a good game. But yeah, failing to hit 60, mildly sad here again because there definitely actually that stable block alone cost us. The stable block alone easily accounts for 1 extra point because I could have had 5 pigs if I don't get stable blocked by red. Not taking a big clay stack and instead doing whatever I did also probably could be a difference here if I. But who knows for sure? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of ways for me to get that extra. I sadly didn't quite have the most actions this game. These players pursuing tons of extra rooms is a little sad here. I mean, this game could have gone even nuttier for me if the table didn't decide they needed to build so many rooms. But hey, that's part of it. I mean, day labor should have got an extra family member sooner and then actually gone for this farming stuff and maybe got crops in the. I don't know. It's trying to run nutrition expert is hard off of just a seasonal worker as a support, but hey, day labor is true to their name. They first picked that seasonal worker and they were happy. But I earned 11 stone from the board, 9 reed. That's pretty sweet. I don't even know how many RSFs I got. Well, actually, amount of food earned from the board, 6. I think that's our answer. Again, I never took a food action, so I think that's 6 RSFs. I took a 3 read action. Yeah, that does math out. 6 fairly early RSFs is very welcome for us. Obviously, the fact that we got the well and Carpenter's Parlor and all that stuff was definitely part of the plan. I mean, again, we knew we were sitting after weaker players, and that often works. 15 wood from cards, baseboards, plus the private forest, plus furniture injected a ton of wood for us. Informant injected a lot of wood too, obviously. But this 37 food from cards is hilarious. These guys added a ton of food too, though. Look at this. This is a lot of extra food in the game. It's actually crazy that the game was still this food hungry just because they were mucking about so inefficiently. I mean, the main reason this was still so bad is these players, like, there was plenty of food. Like, the animals were stacked up, but nobody was eating the animals. They were doing crazy things instead. Teal was eating animals and doing just fine, actually. But, oh well. Anyhow, that was fun. If everyone wasn't building rooms, I don't get offended so easily. That's true. That's a good point, Gray. Admittedly, everybody building rooms and getting in my way, maybe it doesn't go better for me because I got to fence and just take all the animal pairs, which was super dreamy. So maybe in some ways it actually was better. There was only one hearth, no fireplace, no ovens. Always going to be food tight like that. Yeah, I mean that's actually and not even guilds either, right? This BMW was quite late. Like again, Red went the entire game without actually major improvement feeding. They fed off pitchfork and schnapps. I mean, like, it's a cute plan, but it's not a very good one. Red, same thing. Like, this feeding plan of, like, nutrition, seasonal, beer tap, 3-field, BMW, like, you could maybe make this work, but gosh, it's hard to actually get set up and working. So yeah, it is a strange game where I've been in a lot of games lately where there's a lot of contention for this stuff, and there's often games where you see lots of oven fights. So, which, to be fair, a small part of my plan during the mid game was to prioritize those 4 clay actions, though. So like these players didn't really have the ability to jump onto game plans that involved feeding via clay improvements because I took the clay, but that's their fault for not taking the clay. But whether someone's baking is the number one factor how much food a game has, that part's true. That just adds a lot of food, and this game nobody did that, so that hurts, but gosh, there was a lot of food added other ways. Not playing the milk jug almost certainly was better for me. Adding so much food to my opponents likely would have helped them more than me, but it is a sad day that the jug doesn't matter, but how was I to know my food was going to be amazing and I wouldn't need a jug? The answer is I couldn't know that. I'm very content having had the jug, right? The jug would have been such a lifesaver there. Like, the game was pretty food tight and gross, and if I wind up not having all the other food that I have, the milk jug would have saved me so much. So I'm still very glad I drafted it, but milk jug would have saved us a clay for tiebreak. Maybe. Anyhow, oops, I need to look at other players really, but yeah, this first pick Master Bricklayer turns out it would have worked really well, but I mean the full farmer was still good for us. Oh, I also forgot there was a game catcher. There was some chance I could have got blocked. There was more chances I thought that I could have got blocked on that Cow Prince late. I forgot about the game catcher. The game catcher should have hit the table, you'd think. Reed had and Toad got taken, so Woodslide Hammer must have made its way to teal. I think. I'm gonna have to go look at this draft from somebody else's perspective real quick. But yeah, I think taking Milk Jug here is, yeah, I mean, I don't need, Sleeping Corner is just not my plan. Milk Jug is amazing at this point in the draft. Like, I don't have food yet at this point in the draft. Lots of late game food for a big house. Game plan is just too good. So I don't regret that pick at all. You feel like Toad was overvalued? Oh, for sure. I'm gonna go look at the other positions quick. Cow Prince is just dumb. Third pick Cow Prince, dumb. Chicken Coop for more food is reasonable. Taking this Private Forest away from the Moral Crusader maybe was defensive also. But no, I loved the food Chicken Coop gave me this game also, so whatever. Alright, yeah, time to watch weird drafting. Okay, we first pick Seasonal Worker, and we're hoping the Water Worker comes back. That's why I get a fourth pick Pavior. I mean, honestly, first picking Seasonal, hoping Water Worker comes back is... it's not that crazy. Now, why we're not first picking baseboards, though? What did they first pick? They first picked Dwelling Plan, hoping for some crazy Reno strats? No, they first picked Wildlife Reserve? Oh, God. Okay. Well, don't do that. I don't... I can't support that. Moral Crusader didn't go to the Toad? Oh, wow, that's a good point. Why does Decmeber not take Moral Crusader? I mean, I would not take Toad here, especially because you're still hoping... You're, like... Look at all these great cards. Don't take Toad here. You're hoping that Water Worker comes back. Like, your game plan is you're hoping for Water Worker. And if somebody else plays Water Worker, it means they're adding Reed to the game. Plus, this player's adding Reed to the game. No need for this Reed-headed Toad nonsense. We take Game Catcher. I mean, Game Catcher's pretty good. I think it's okay to take Game Catch. Well, God, there's Full Farmer still... I don't know. Game Catcher's not that bad, at least. I don't quite understand, though. Okay, and I passed Informants. We're taking Informants. How do we not take Sleeping Corner with Seasonal Worker, though? Wait a sec. We're taking Schnapps Distillery? Oh, my. The stable card's way better? Oh, Stallholder. Oh, interesting. We take Mill Wheel? Oh my, Tim. I want to help Decmeber here. Take the Sleeping Corner! Take the Sleeping Corner. Don't take the Schnapps. Don't do it. Oh, this is part of why we weren't taking big clay stacks, by the way. Remember when I was so confused why nobody's taking big clay stacks? I should have remembered. Informant does actually have text on it beyond just get a wood every round. I just forgot. But yeah, Moral Crusader is here. Moral Crusader. I mean, Chief Forester is cute, admittedly. Chief Forester is cute with this plan. But yeah, Moral Crusader with the Toad's very reasonable. Sheepwalker so underrated. Pet Broker with the Sheepwalker. That's fair. Alright. Okay, well, that was interesting. Informant makes food tempo tricky sometimes. Moral Crusader would have been great for them. Yeah, I mean, Moral Crusader would have been great. But, you know. Alright, time to figure out where the Woodslide Hammer died in the draft. Okay. This is... Oh my, what did they first pick? They first picked Lumber Virtuoso. Well, I mean, that's a choice. Lumber Virtuoso and Ben of the Grainfield first picks. Over Informant, over Furnisher, over Sleeping Corner, over Milk Jug. I obviously do not agree with any of that. All right, we choose not to take Cow Prince because we take Animal Dealer. I mean, Animal Dealer kind of helps with food, I guess. And we take a Clearing Spade. Oh my. I mean, again, we're looking at players that don't know how to draft, but yikes. Just yikes. All right. Well, I'm just curious if this is where the Woodslide Hammer ended up. And if it is where the Woodslide Hammer ended up, then holy crap, how did we fail to Woodslide? No, Woodslide. Oh my god, Woodslide Hammer didn't make it to them though. Okay, so Woodslide Hammer went to the player that renovated? First, like they renovated? Wait a second. Red decided to take a bunch of early clay and renovate with Woodslide Hammer in their hand? They have a wood carrier? Oh my god. They have a wood carrier. They had a wood carrier, everybody. There's like a great card here. They had a cattle feeder to go with their first pick pitchfork, too. Oh my gosh. They had a cattle feeder. I mean, taking wood carrier over cow prince, I'm actually going to allow it. This draft makes so much sense. Nope. No, yeah, it's crazy. Like, this is wild. Oh my god. And then they take Woodslide Hammer, which, like, Woodslide Hammer is incredible, and you have a wood carrier, so fine. Yeah, go for it. Build 5 wood rooms. Just commit to it, sure. But if you're gonna commit to woods, like, at least take the Master Bricklayer here too, right? Don't take Clay Puncher. Oh my, you have Woodslide Hammer, Master Bricklayer, you got a wood carrier, just run with it. Run with it. Don't don't renovate. We took a Woodslide and we threw it away. At least they take the Sleeping Corner. That's probably the right pick. Taking the Schnapps is also reasonable, like some food help. The rest of these cards aren't great. Although they don't really have a grain source. I wouldn't have hated Conjure there. I wouldn't have minded Conjure, but alright, well, Moral Crusader. I will say, the one thing I learned from this, Moral Crusader Private Forest absolutely is a thing, though. I mean, it's pretty obvious to me now, but for some reason that wasn't really in my mind. But Moral Crusader Private Forest, their first seed even, right? Yeah. Just play Moral Crusader, start player Private Forest. That's such a cool, excellent opening, but alright. You don't think Schnapps makes any sense there? I mean, that's fine. They don't really have a veg source, but they're a weak player. I'm okay with them drafting any sort of food help over the rest of those cards. Those, like, again, we're trying to judge, like, what's a major problem, what's, like, minor problems. I don't really care what Ock they picked fourth there. None of those cards really were likely to make a big difference to their game. But the Sleeping Corner is still entirely reasonable, Dr. Bois. Like, Sleeping Corner is just good. Even if you're forced to take 2 raw grain and eventually plant them is fine, but you think taking crop payoffs with guaranteed 0 crop support's a big problem? I mean, that's fair. For newer players. Okay, that's also very fair. It is definitely a trap to just, like, have to take a veggie every round in order to turn it into 5 food in the harvest. It's not very efficient, but I also think newer players can wind up in terrible food trouble, which is, I mean, admittedly, they wind up in terrible food trouble because they rely on Schnapps to feed them inefficiently. So I guess actually fair enough. All right, well, whatever. Yeah, there's not a ton of point in analyzing that beatdown that much because they were very weak players. We got handed a lot of stuff, but we got the free low that we were asking for, and a fast game too. 73 minutes, even while streaming. I took the longest, but I didn't take as long as I sometimes do. But that's what happens when you stop thinking and you just do. But anyhow, thanks all for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. I'm glad that streaming's working. I'm glad that my internet was apparently just bad yesterday and is not like a continued problem. It looks like I've had no dropped frames all stream according to Streamlabs here, so that's encouraging because that's how it usually is. And then yesterday was just so awful I couldn't stream at all. So don't know what was up with my internet provider yesterday, but glad that's gone. I don't know when I'll be streaming again yet, but honestly, my next 2 days work is pretty chill this week. There's not a lot going on, so Uh, yeah, I will maybe do some more tomorrow. Might finally get into some Terra Mystic or something. I've been grinding a little though because I don't know. I wanted an Agricola win. It's been bugging me. Every game was going so bad. I was like really questioning if I had lost. And I do think I've been a little sloppy lately, to be fair. But anyhow, it was dumb. But I'm glad to just have a smooth game. And yeah, maybe we'll get a Terra Mystica going again, especially with all the new fan faction updates. It'd be fun to jump back into one of those. So, anyhow, though, I'm gonna head off for now. I'll see everybody around. Thanks all for hanging out. Later.